Heidi ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools. Sunday Night Tool Talk Live. Getting ready for Amazon Prime Days. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's say howdy to everyone first. I know I skipped and messed it up before. We got Stray Catnip, Futon O2's in the house, Mustang Junk, Mike Adams, Mike Flores, Kirk Townsend, 3 Kanos, Mater's in the house. How you doing, Mater? How's it? Hope everything's going well with you. I know I've been out of touch here for the past month. My oldest son, Duncan, and you know how much we cherish him, but he doesn't live with us full time. And we go back and forth down to the Vegas area to try and spend as much time as we can with him. And then the real joy of my life is every summer we get him up here for the summer, and we do all the cool Montana stuff and whatnot. But somebody needed to do summer school this year. So we only got him for 3 weeks. And let me tell you, it ripped Papa Bear's heart out to send him back. And actually, I ended up, that's part of the reason was I ended up driving him back. So I did the hot shot thing with him. We did 1 day straight down. And then his truck had died. So we've got a BMW we keep down there, but it needed some work on the power steering. So we did 1 day down there. And then I got a hotel room. And because it wasn't going to be down there long enough to set up the RV for everything. So I got a hotel room. The next day we worked on the BMW. Got the BMW all up and running so he can get to school and whatnot. And then I worked my way back, and it was too late on Sunday by the time I got back to do another live stream. And anyway, so that's what's been going on with us. And then this week's just all sorts of craziness. We're actually, and this is the really hard part, is if you don't know, for those of you who don't know, I know it's kind of the personal side of things, but we've been homeschooling our kids since COVID. That whole fiasco when they sent kids home and then started to do that that was it hurt us so bad watching what it was putting our kids through that we said, forget this, we're not doing this. And we went to homeschool our kids. The 2 youngest did okay with homeschool. The youngest did great with it. Just great. The middle child, she really missed being in school. And the oldest did not take to it well. He really missed the social aspect and all the other stuff. So he went back to school, and we kept homeschooling the younger 2. But at this point, they both begged us that they want to go back to school. The oldest, or the middle one's starting high school, and we're like, okay, all right, we'll try this. So we're actually not going to be going ping-ponging back and forth. So a little less RV content. I'm still going to be going down to Vegas because I still got to go down for SEMA. I still got to go down for National Hardware Show. Probably go down maybe for World of Concrete. Don't know if we're going to do World of Concrete this year. Well, maybe some other stuff. Also going to, then hopefully be bringing Duncan up here. He's going to be coming up for hunting season, for spring break, for Christmas. So we're going to be doing a bunch of back and forth still, and I'll probably be doing a week here and there, going down, just spending time as well. Anyway, let's get through the rest of this stuff here. All right, Mater said they can hear us. Redfish 5x5, good audio. Hey, Tool Bear can't hear. That poor ATV. Well, we've torn it apart. We're getting down to where the problems are. This is an ATV that was given to us for free, and a couple people have owned it and done some terrible things to it. But now we got some parts coming in, so we're waiting on some parts at this point. Evolve from Earth says, "Hey, what's up, Jeff?" And Mike D says, "Hello, all. Hey, how you doing, Mike? Mike, how you doing, man?" Cisco Lopez says, "A." And actually, let me move these around here so I don't need to be staring at myself. I want to be looking at what you all are saying here. That's far more important to me. So let me, actually, you know what I'll do is I'll pop that out here. Pop out the chat. Bring that over here. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just like that. That's beautiful. There we go. And, of course, it automatically switches to top chat. Gotta love it. Anyway. Now some people are not getting sound, some people are getting sound. I think the people who are not getting sound are seeing the first few minutes, because everyone else, we've got sound right now. All right, we should be good. Chunka Gillis, Rybee tools are trash. Trash. I don't think I have any. Nope, I don't have any Ribby tools on the wall that you can see that you know of. No Ribby tools. Charles says Jeff sounds a lot like the Tool Bear. Well, that's what happens. You know, you ever notice that when you get a couple people living in the same household, kind of stuff. After years and years, you have that kind of, you get to pick up the same kind of, nuances and twangs and whatnot. You all kind of sound alike. Anyway, so we're here to talk about Prime. As I said, the missus will be here in a minute. So, if you haven't heard, we got Amazon. We got all the info from Amazon Prime. I got stuff that I can't share, but I can talk around it. And so basically, what we've decided to do is we're going to do a live stream on the first day of Prime, and then we're going to do a best of on the second day of Prime. I'm thinking, just for funsies, that I'm going to try and do a 24-hour live stream. Never done anything like it. Thought it'd be fun and exciting. Not sure if we'll make it through it. So we're going to start. The Prime days are the 11th and the 12th. So the good news is mid-July should be a real quiet time around here. We got the 4th of July in town is going to be wild. All right. So we just joined the Chamber of Commerce, and we're taking part in the parade. And I'm also on the board for the motor vehicle park, we're trying to build an off-road motor vehicle park in town, and that's going to be in the parade as well. So we got a whole lot of stuff that we're involved with. And so we're going to be doing all that. And then there's the Livingston, the roundup, the big 4th of July rodeo. This is like, for a small town, we get world class. We get, $7 million bull riders in town, and it's a big deal. It's one of the bigger stops on the circuit. It's the biggest small stop on the circuit. Let's put it that way. And so this town goes a bit nuts around 4th of July and the roundup and everything else. So after that, things will calm down just in time for Prime Day. So hopefully I'll get some sleep. We'll get some relaxation. And so we're looking to do 12 p.m. to 12, is that right? 12 a.m. to 12 p.m., 24 hours of Prime Day deals. And we're covering mostly tools, but I did a video on Friday and got a lot of feedback about some of the other stuff, because if we're doing just mostly tools, we'll thin that out pretty quickly. But everything's going to, there's going to be deals that last throughout the day. Then there's going to be lightning deals. And then there's going to be some hidden deals. And then there's also a lot of deals that Amazon's going to be like quietly releasing to influencers, like, okay, we're not putting this out in the advertisement, but these are going to be specials that you can push. And so I actually got selected, our account got selected for part of this Beyond Prime kind of thing. So actually, starting the first week of July, going through the 4th week of July, not quite beginning to end, but almost beginning to almost end, they're going to be doing, it's going to be kind of a bell curve of deals, if you will. I imagine we're going to see the real, the heart of it on the 11th. And usually that's what it is. Usually the 11th is the complete just craziness, Black Friday kind of stuff. And then the next day is like whatever's left. So we're going to be covering a lot of those. We're going to be covering some kitchen stuff, indoor, outdoor cooking. I've got I should probably do an update on, before Prime Days, I should do an update on my pellet grill that I got. I've got 2 of them. So Pit Boss sent me 1 pellet grill, and I liked it so much, I went out and bought another one of my own. If you guys are looking to get into pellet grills, first of all, they're awesome. I know the hardcore outdoor cooking, smoking folk will be like, oh no, you got to use chunk charcoal. But yeah, I ain't got time for that. All right. The pellet or Pit Boss, the pellet grills give you the chance to get that same kind of flavor, that same kind of taste, look. You can build up bark and do all sorts of stuff. There's ways you can do it. And it's with the ease of an easy bake oven. I mean, it's okay, not quite that easy, but you know where I'm getting at. So I got one here at the shop that we've been doing a ton of cooks on. And if you want to see those, I don't really put them much on YouTube, but if you're on our Instagram and our TikTok, we did a Costco ribeye challenge. In fact, I will probably post a video here on that sometime next week. But I got three choice ribeyes, 3 prime ribeyes from Costco, same day. Brought them home, did a 24-hour season on them. and then cook them all exactly at the same time on the pit boss. You know, if it's got that nice sear plate, so we could do a nice reverse sear, bring it up to temp, pull it off, fire the sucker up, then do the reverse sear on it. Oh, so good. The takeaway from it was the prime is definitely softer, but it doesn't taste better. Actually, I like the thing about a ribeye is you got the heart of the ribeye, and then you got the cap. And the cap's kind of like the fillet of the ribeye. It's kind of like in the same way a T-bone has the fillet on one side and the New York on the other side. And here's what I'm going to say: the ribeye on the choice, I preferred the cap on the choice, and I preferred the heart of the steak. I don't remember the rib, the eye of the steak on the on the prime. I'm going to be looking to see if there's a way I can do a marinade on the choice to get that as tender as the prime. If we could do that, you can save quite a few bucks. Wicked Tit says, will there be tool deals or mostly clothes and technology? I don't know if there's going to be much in the way of clothes. I'm not really a fashion aficionado. My basic, when it comes to like shirts and stuff, does it have a pocket? I'm all good. I keep telling them, I don't buy my own clothes. 100%. I buy hats. I'll buy some boots. But like the Crocs, she knows what Crocs I wear. I have a couple pairs of like tennis shoes and loafers and stuff that I rarely wear, but only, when the occasion counts for it, which hopefully is never. I own one suit. I used to have a whole bunch of suits. I have one suit. I don't even know where it is. I don't want to know where it is because the only time I wear it is for weddings and funerals, and everyone I know is married. So, I think I hear the missus coming. But anything that you can think of as far as clothes, if you're looking for it, let me know, and I'll keep an eye out for it. There'll be a bunch of tech because I'm a geek when it comes to that kind of stuff. I gotta tell you, speaking of tech, it's not cheap, and I'm hoping that there'll be a Prime Day on it. But this little thing, the laser pecker, they sent me this. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. It is so much fun. I'm putting my logo on everything. Uh-oh. Don't move. It approaches.
I came with Julia.
Did you? Mm-hmm. She can't be on camera, okay?
I know.
All right. She brought her friend, and we don't put other people's kids on camera without them, talking to them first. And it's just not the right thing to do. Right. Vevor. Yeah, I know. That Vevor. This is what I got to rant about this for a minute because people are always like, oh, you get sent free stuff. You must be a shill and whatnot. Well, if you saw my expose on who Vevor is, you know that I'm not in any way, shape, or form in the bag for Vevor. But they keep sending me stuff. And after that video, this is the thing is, a lot of them not native English speakers. That benefits us because they have no clue. They just know they're getting press, and they're like, this is great. So they contacted me and said, hey, can we send you a pizza oven? And I'm like, does it have the 360 revolving table? And they're like, yes, it does. I'm like, pizza. All right, I'll try the pizza oven. And so far, so good, but I'm not willing to be like, hey, this is the one you need to buy. But, this is what I got to say with Vevor. Vevor is a terrible company. We were like, their products are fine. Yeah, they don't make the products. They just go and find other people who are willing to sell stuff cheap, buy their products, put their name on it. Ooh, is this steak? Oh, and cheese. This is my go-to is steak with these little, what is this, Laughing Cow? Oh my gosh, I dropped my cheese.
It's Asiago.
Ooh, Asiago. And we got some ribeye. Oh, yeah. Oh, so good. I love carnivore diets. Anyway, carnivore, keto, whatever it is we're doing. I don't ask. So anyway, so we're gonna be doing a review on the pizza oven. Let's see here. Who else? We'll be looking at for pellet grills, outdoor grilling. Oh, the griddle. We got the Blackstone griddle in. That thing is cool. We'll have to do a video on that. Haven't quite dialed it in completely. It's been raining cats and dogs here. We got that one at home. I don't have an outdoor shelter at home, but here we got the carport on the side, so I can cook, morning, noon, night. Reolink security cameras. Yes, actually, there's going to be a huge push on Reolink, and I think, I like Reolink a lot, except I think they overcomplicate stuff. If they made stuff as simple as Wise, I'd throw these away and I would be all in on Reolink. Their solar setups and all that kind of stuff. Here's a question for you. Now I've had this one for some time because we had this discussion, and that is Eufy. All right, this is one I bought some time ago, and a bunch of us bought into it because they said, you keep your data. We're not going to let your data go to the cloud. And they got caught with their hands in the cookie jar sending the data to the cloud. Now that we're further down the road, we've seen more what's going on. It does look like most of it was just them sending it for, for functions that they have on the product. But they still were sending it to the cloud. And at first they denied it, and that's a real no-no. And then they played the card of, yeah, but you should have known we were doing it because you can't do these features without doing it. And then they finally, the CEO stepped up and was like, okay, we were doing this. This was wrong. We're going to fix it. You guys who follow that, are you willing to forgive them at this point? Do you think you'd ever forgive them? What's your feeling on Eufy? Because there's going to be a big push on Eufy. And I hate to say it, but they make one of the best cameras out there. 2K camera. It's the, what do you call it? It's the kind of longer style, like oblong, and it's got a built-in solar panel. Absolutely love the camera. Just the service, the fact that they lied about it just pisses me off. Mike D says, getting hungry. Man, brother, come on by. We got a bunch of steak. Mike says, Dead Tools, Endeavor seems to fail. Good deals and sales are always seem to come about the time I can't participate, like a lottery ticket, that all the numbers are off by one digit what's drawn. I know that feeling for the longest time. I have been there where, my birthday has always been that case. So my birthday is early February, and it's always been a case of we're still recovering from travel and from Christmas. So I can never afford to do anything fun on my birthday. Evolve from Earth says, I just bought a new Citizen Eco Drive watch. I have a feeling Prime Day, the price will go down even lower. Let's see here. KJ says, I need a new TV. It's 720p from 2007. So KJ, if you're an Amazon Prime member right now, if you can go to Prime Day, hold on. Do you want to close the door? I kind of like the extra light.
Okay.
It's up to you.
No, we got it.
Mrs. is here trying to figure out whether we should shut the main door over there. But anyway, they're doing a 4K. I think it's a 43-inch 4K for $99. It's ridiculously cheap. It's the Fire one. In fact, I have its big brother, the 50-inch right here, and it's fantastic. I use it as a monitor, and I love it. Let's see here. But I know there's going to be other TV deals, so definitely stay tuned. I will cover all the TV deals that look like they're just like they're serious savings. How many pounds of pellets do you use for a meal? Have you done ribs? I have not done ribs. I've honestly been a bit scared to do ribs because I've tried ribs in the past and I've always screwed it up. But the baby girl asked for ribs, so I think this week we're going to do some ribs. Animator Fever, $5. I already bought into their system. Even if they're storing my info, I'm not scrapping it. If you want to live off grid, throw away your smartphone. Yeah, I get a lot of people like that. They're listening in. I'm like, you got a smartphone right here. They're listening in on that, right? Well, if you can't do complete obscurity, the reverse is just overload. Lawyers will do that. So lawyers, when they're prosecuting, the defense can request all the evidence that they have. So what they do is they just go, fine, we'll give you everything. And they send them truckloads of every single piece of paperwork with no notes or anything on it. There it is. All the evidence is in there. Good luck finding it. Jerry says, Little Caesars food. Oh my gosh. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody else. How many pellets? I don't know how many pellets I use. I don't keep track. I'll tell you what. When I do the ribs, I'll take a look at it. Let's see here. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. So Jeff is dressed by Bobby. I was telling him that I don't even buy my own clothes. You buy everything for me.
That is correct.
Mater, she left already. She took off on her little e-bike thing with her friend. I will let her know you said hi. Sorry about that. DR Fucker says, I watch a guy on YouTube that almost every video now is a Vevor ad. So much for small engine repairs. Oh, are you serious? I mean, here's the thing. They do sell some decent stuff. But good luck if you have any problems. They're like dealing with an insurance company. The first 3 times, they're just going to flat out deny you. Nope, you don't get a refund. Nope, you don't get a refund. Basically, until you get to the point of like, I'm going to call my credit card company or I'm going to call Amazon. Or I would never, ever, ever suggest ordering from them directly. That's just throwing money out the window. You might get what you want. And that, hey, if you want to roll the dice and it's worth it to you, sure, go ahead. Hey, beautiful. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm tired. It's been a long
How
week.
did it get so warm? I felt like I was freezing.
I know. Well, it was. We had on the first day of summer, the night of the first day of summer,
gosh.
it got down to 35. The night before was 33.
It was like 29. It was.
20.
I feel like
not
it was
freezing.
It was.
There was no ice when I came outside.
Okay, you're right. It was 29 down the valley. I apologize.
Anyway, Captain Exaggeration's cloak is showing.
Confused.
Anyway, so it got ridiculously cold for summer, and it's been wet and rainy for like 2-3 weeks. In fact, the entire time Duncan was here, it was wet and rainy. It kind of sucked. And then today, the sun came out, and it's been warm all day. Of course, then I was working with the planer, the new Hercules planer. I'd hoped to get the video out on Saturday. Family stuff came up. That didn't happen. But we filmed it today. So should be out Tuesday, Wednesday.
Did you get Marine X's $5 super chat?
I did not.
Marine X.
Marine X in the house.
$5 super chat says, I'm literally writing an article for my website about EDC Prime deals. Can't wait.
Oh, nice. Good call.
I need to go live that day like you.
All right. So Marine X, he got to check out his channel. He does a lot of EDC stuff. He does a lot of bourbon stuff. We got dogwoods or whatever in here, cotton floating everywhere.
I thought you were just losing your mind.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
So, but
there?
Marine X, I do a lot of cookie stuff. One of my favorite knives, and
yeah.
I guess you could fit this into an EDC, is this sucker right here. And those who've been there on the channel know what this is. This is my folding chef's knife.
It's really cool.
This thing is great. Great for barbecues, backpacking, self-defense. Whip that out. That'll give somebody pause.
They'll be like, never mind.
This thing is so sharp.
I apologize
Nice.
for
Rosewood handle.
having snacks. but
Snarfing in front of them.
I'm literally...
I've already eaten steak in front of them, so.
Oh, okay. Well, and I brought your au jus as well.
I saw. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
The Redfish says, I'm looking for a backup AC room unit, freestanding preferred when power goes out from hurricanes and such. AC room unit, freestanding. What do you mean by freestanding? Like it has its own power source kind of thing? So I'm a huge fan of the Medea units. I've been talking about the window units and also their I call them the droid style, where they stand in the room. They're called portables, but then they have the hose that goes outside. One of the problems with those is that the two parts of an AC unit that get hot are in the room, okay? And so they have to pull air in to cool, but then a typical AC unit has the outside, so it pulls air from the outside to cool the AC unit itself, and then kick it back outside, and then takes the air from the inside, cools it, kicks it back inside, so you have equilibrium. Those droid units, they have to pull air from inside to cool it, or they pull air from inside to cool it, and then have to exhaust that air. So you have negative pressure in the room where that AC unit is. So it pulls air, non-air conditioned air in from other places. So they actually, even though like say it's rated for 10,000 BTU, it only has an equivalency of like 7,500 BTU. Now the Medea is one of the few ones I've seen in the States. Now they're more popular in Europe and abroad, where they have a double hose. So it pulls air in one side and puts hot air out the other side, so you don't get that negative pressure. Now that hose going out is hot, so that does have some ambient pull. So you don't get the full effect, but instead of losing 25% of your efficiency, you're only losing like say 5% of your efficiency. I would definitely check them out. In fact, I've been talking about them so much, I didn't tell you, I got someone's gotta be smoking something. They contacted me to go and do videos at their booth in Berlin. They said they would pay for accommodations and travel.
I'm into it.
Going to Berlin.
That would be cool. I would love that.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Army brat. I was born in West Germany back when there was East-West Germany, and have not been back. So I would love to go back, but I can't imagine they're going to fly me to Berlin to shoot videos of their AC units.
I'm saying just respond.
I did. Stranger things have happened. But anyway,
Remember that one time we won a car? I'm just saying.
We did. We didn't just win a car. We won a Suburban for $60. Anyway, I definitely check out the Medea ones. As far as power for them, you're gonna need a gas generator. I love my portable power, but unless you invest $10,000 to $15,000 into portable power, you can't run an AC unit all day off of those things. AC units just suck so much juice.
And I'm assuming that you got Antimatter's comment.
I did.
Awesome.
Just making sure I don't miss anything when I scroll here. The chat feature likes to jump on us.
Sure it does.
A trick I learned from Stacy David today, using a manual can opener to open blister packages. I never thought of doing that. That's a good idea. I could see that working. I hate blister packages. I think they should be outlawed. Wise are nice and affordable. They are. I just wish they would do I want a 4K. 4K is really where these security cameras become valuable. 2K is like the minimum, but and Wise is not there. But at this point, having a camera is more of a deterrent than anything else. Volfmer says, I get code 13 to all my Wise Cam cameras. Anyone else get that? Maybe my internet connection. I don't know. I've never seen that. Nick says, you're done making me jealous of Montana, Jeff. I just sold my home here in St. George and moving to western Montana. Woohoo! I'll be really able to relate to you driving up I-15 from the desert to Montana. Brother, let me know where you're going. Give us a call. Email me, red@dentotools.com. I want to know where you're going in western Montana. I got to tell you, the Bitterroot, if I could not live here where I live right now and I had to move, I would want to move to the Bitterroot. I absolutely love the Bitterroot Mountains. KJ says, I bought a couple of Wise headphones and they're okay. I was wondering about that. I've not used the Wise headphones and I was wondering if they were any good at all.
It took me a moment to realize what you guys were saying. It sounded like you're saying wives. I'm like, we're talking about our wives now?
Anya Quest says, have you seen the latest Black Mirror? We all give our lives away. What's Black Mirror? Isn't that like a TV show or something? I don't know.
We're not in the know.
Yeah, I don't watch TV, so. Scorpion Sunday's in the house. He says, hello, Bear family.
Hello.
Are those Amazon TVs okay? Okay enough that I'm using it every day as my desktop monitor. So they work for me. I am not, back at the house, I've got a 65-inch Samsung, and it's great. But I don't see anything about it over this one. And we have what do we have in the RV? We've got it starts with a T. It's not TiVo or TG. TCL. At this point,
how he asks me,
even like the Hisense, we had like one of the first edition Hisense, and it was, the video is great, but the audio on it was unusable. But everything else, man, I just haven't seen a problem with them. The Deep South says, I love Wise, just paid my Camp Plus annual bill, got $5 off, and it was only $10. My Ring doorbell is $40. And to me, Wise has a lot better night vision. I would agree with that. And I think better customer service, but maybe I'm just biased when it comes to that.
Wait.
What?
Right below them, round one, did not do ethnic tools, but it's a good comment.
I own a barbecue restaurant in the Midwest. Oh, I could give you tips if you ever need one on smoking barbecue. I always am open to tips.
Open, yeah.
I am by no way great. I think the only thing I would say at this point that I have perfected is making steaks. I can make steak better than any restaurant you've ever been, or as good as, or if not better than any restaurant you've been in. I can do an amazing pork butt, doing pulled pork and stuff like that. I love doing that. I get a nice big one, and I'll cook it, and I'll do it in a kind of a neutral flavor, just mostly a salt and pepper with garlic and some apple juice on it. Give it a little bit of sweetness, and then you could take that once you've done that. Then you could take that. You can divide it down, and you can add I can go barbecue with 1 pound, and I can go taco seasoning with the other one, and I can go, whatever. Next thing I want to do is I want to make my own chipotle. We're gonna do some peppers and stuff on the grill. But anything you can help with. The one thing I really want to do is I want to start making my own bacon. So I need some help with brining, some pork belly, stuff like that. She made just killer pork. It was like crack, little cubes of crack in the air fryer. Yep. Oh my gosh, they were good.
Yep. But you made that. What did we decide to call it? The Korean inspired.
Oh yeah. So we were at Costco and found some. It was like super thin sliced sirloin. Mm-hmm. So it was sliced like bacon almost, but it was sirloin, and I think it was thick cut kind of sirloin. And I took it and I grilled it. I seared it over on the pit. The first half of it, I seared it on the pit boss, and just straight, smoked salt and honey with pepper on the sear. That was delicious, absolutely delicious. And then the next pan I did for lunch the next day, and I did it here, and I've got a grilling basket, and she marinated. She did a Korean marinade, and I did the whole thing in the grilling basket because the marinade made it so soft it couldn't actually sit across the grates. Did it in the grilling basket, brought that in, and then I took a bunch of this cheese, and I made little roll-ups with it, and
yeah,
that was so good. It's hard to believe you're on a diet when you're eating like that.
Yeah.
How does one prep for Prime Days? What you start doing is you start looking at what kind of stuff you need, what the options are out there, and then start doing some searching as to who you think is going to be actually doing the best deals.
Well, and also familiarize yourself with what the price points are on a non-Prime Day.
So you know what the deals are going to be.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Patrick Patterson, thank you for the $5 super chat. I super appreciate it. Says, any suggestions on short 12-volt drivers? 12-volt I've seen in person are all longer than the compact 20-volt. The 12-volt are narrower, but looking for shorter head.
Okay, let's keep this family oriented. All right, first off, and I'm prepping my cheese there. That's a good point. I've noticed that too, with a lot of them that they make them skinny, but they're still long. I don't know. Honestly, that's the honest answer. I've never really looked at them and been like, wow, that one's super short. That'd be good. Impact drivers are typically going to be shorter than a drill driver. Maybe look at, well, it depends on what you're trying to do. Because I think one of the best options is those assembly style ones, or the screwdriver style, where it's like, it's like a drill, but it's got a hex driver on the end. So if you're going to use it as a drill, you'd have to use the hex bits, but that's going to be more compact. The Milwaukee has to be the smallest. I don't know. I have not seen the DeWalt Extreme in person. So I can't say for sure. But I would look between the Milwaukee and the whatchamacallit. Hey, can you do me a favor? You see that red box up top? Can you snag that for me?
He's hilarious because I am shorter than short.
You are not. You're medium-sized.
Short.
On the short side of medium, but still medium.
This is all so that he can have me on camera falling.
Are we taking bets?
Also, before I fall down,
Don't hurt me.
Forget. Nick O, thank you for becoming a member.
Woo!
Woo! Nick O. Okay, babe.
What?
Ridiculous.
That's Griffin's fault.
Okay, it's not as tall as I thought it was. I got your ha-ha right here.
Oh. Sorry, I gotta bust out my au jus.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully all that wasn't on camera. I have to just say, I don't know where the camera is. Riverside Hardware.
Go Dan. Dan's the man. I haven't even looked at some company sent this to me out of the blue. I think it's 12 volt. That's why I'm opening it. There we go. What's this?
Sorry, I'm texting. We have
Be spired.
children's.
We do?
Yeah.
Haven't they moved out yet?
No. Are you kidding? I don't ever want them to move far away.
Well, this is tiny, but I don't think this is the kind of 12 volt you're looking for. But this is a adorable little kit. So they give you this little cheap, what I consider the kitchen drawer kind of driver. And it comes with a chuck, an offset. How does that work? And a right angle. Oh, wait. But wait. Don't order yet. There's more. I didn't even know it had... What the... It's got one of these cutters in it. Talk about opening those blister packs. I can't believe it's got that. And what the heck? I know what this is. It's a powered wine bottle opener.
I'm like, that's a corkscrew.
That's a corkscrew. Because we drink so much wine around the house. I probably have like 2 or 3 bottles a year. I like wine. Wine doesn't like me. Gives me heartburn like you wouldn't believe. All right.
There's a zip tie emergency. Any chance we have one here?
A zip tie emergency? Yeah, I'm sure we've got zip ties. Where they are, not a clue.
I know where they are at home. Okay.
Aren't there some in the door of my truck? Don't I usually keep like a bundle in over there?
Perhaps.
We're still getting the shop set up, so things get moved around. I did get a bonus cabinet. We got to get a cabinet set up in here.
Oh, yeah.
So Work Pro was sending me their new tool bench to review, and they sent the wrong item. It happens. And I'm like, you want me to send it back? And they're like, and it's one of those big, like, the cabinets you put together, like a, what would you call it? A wardrobe style cabinet, like if you were in your house. And they're like, no, you can have that one. We don't want to pay for the shipping to send it back. Brian says, hey, Bear, big fanboy of your show. Do you think the Skill 12-volt line will expand? I can tell you I wish it did. I love the Skill 12-volt line. I got a ton of the Skill 12-volt stuff. You can see some of it up right in that area. And right, oh, there it is. That's it right there.
Am I helping? I'm helping.
I will poke you.
Poked you first.
I've got a laser over here. I will brand you. Anyway.
We're married.
I've not heard anything from them. They kind of went radio silent on me. I had a contact over there. So it's Chevron, and Chevron's they're so much into the Flex line and the Ego stuff. That's where they're making most of their money. I've not seen much of an expansion. The Skill Outdoor products, they did expand that. I don't know if we're going to see an expansion of the 12 volt. I'll reach out to them because I really like to see some of that here. Evolved from Earth says 95 in Vegas. Summer is here. You know, I thought about mentioning that I was going to be in Vegas, but I knew that I was only going to be there for a hot second and it was going to be completely, booked by my son. So I will be down. For those of you who are interested, if you guys want to do a meetup or something, I will be down in Vegas for the entire week of SEMA. I'll probably be driving in on Saturday, driving back on Saturday. So SEMA doesn't start till like Tuesday, right? Tuesday or Wednesday?
I want to say, yeah, it's like a random day, like Tuesday.
Did I tell you they moved the after party to the fairgrounds?
What fairgrounds?
The state fairgrounds or county fairgrounds.
Isn't that in like...
Yeah, it is.
Wombat Central, like an hour away?
Wombat Central. Racist much?
No.
Anyway.
What is it called?
It starts with a W. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, what happened to your other channel? I just haven't been posting to it. Unless, wait, if you're talking about the deals channel, that was, we're in limbo right now. So we'd set up an entirely different thing for that, as well as Amazon, and Amazon banned us. Don't have a clue why. And the thing is, you can only post stuff, affiliate stuff to channel stuff where you've said you were going to post. And if you post it somewhere else, they get all biffed about it. I don't understand. Vulture says, hey Jess, I lived in West Germany as well from 6 to 8 years old. See, it's a real place.
I did. I know you didn't just say that. I know it's a real.
Don't make me bring up Baba Black Sheep.
Nobody likes you.
She thought I made up that song.
Pretty sure he still did. That's how old he is. Oh, that's our friend. I shall return.
Who's that? Oh. Sorry. People stopping by the shop for stuff. Sorry. Jay Wiggly says for ribs, about 2.5 hours at 275. Pull, wrap, collar bark looks good. How you want? Pull at 205. Test for tenderness. Unwrap. Glaze. Return to grow. I hear that. I hear it all. We're going to try it. See how it goes. Now, to be honest, I've only ever tried to do ribs in the oven previously. So, it's my first time on the pellet. Anthony says, we have portable AC. We got higher BTU to compensate for the efficiency difference. I would highly recommend making sure it has a good seal to the window it's exhausting out of. That is for sure. Do turbochargers for Ego and Milwaukee affect the lifespan of the battery? They do. They do. Now, are they better at it than some? Yes, I will say that they're better at the fast charging. Ego, I would say, is probably, as far as people who understand the tech, I would rank Ego at the top with Milwaukee and Makita neck and neck. A lot of people don't realize Makita was the first ones to actually do lithium-ion battery stuff. They just didn't think to patent it, so Milwaukee did, and Milwaukee has the patent. It's ridiculous the way our patent system works sometimes. Anyway, the DeWalt, I would say, is up there, and and Ego, of course, I should say, is Chevron, because they're doing the power stack stuff. They actually got there, I think, a hair of a step faster than DeWalt did. So there's a lot of good tech out there. But I would say if I was looking for fast charging tech, Ego and Milwaukee would be the first two I would look at. Deep South says, I wish Wise would step up the resolution game too. Yeah, that's the only thing I think holding them back. Although they keep trying to do stuff, they've had a couple. Don't think that I think they're perfect. Okay, they've had a couple failures. Their first outdoor cam, I tried that. I thought it was terrible. And I got their latest one, that pivots and tracks and stuff. And I so I had it set up on a table outside our RV. That way I could set one up and it would track the whole area of the RV and go back and forth. Every time I would come back, it'd be pointed down and just looking at one spot like it was depressed. Like, I need to get Prozac for my security cameras? He looks sad. Anyway, it basically makes it unusable. And to be honest, I would rather have 2 cameras with covering field of view than a pan zoom kind of thing, because pan zoom just leaves you open to somebody exploiting it. Anthony says I'm going to grab a Wisecam for my 3D printer setup. That's not a bad idea. Boy, what was the latest 3D printer I saw? They had like everything built in the kitchen sink built into that thing. Hey! Sorry, just waving at neighbors. Deferral Craftsman says, Day Bears, Flying Half says, hi, Mom, had a great time in Greece. That is so awesome.
am still so jealous, but I loved the pictures. I amazingly loved it. Okay.
I did respond to you, right?
I don't even know where the camera is. I just figured it out. It's there. I'm like,
were you talking to the microphone too? Because I was talking to the microphone, or staring at the microphone before.
We're professionals. Allegedly.
Do not attempt at home. All right.
Oh.
What?
I thought you were about to cut that on your leather thing, and I was like, do you want a plate?
No.
There are these things.
I'm just fine. Okay. I'm a man. I'm in Montana. I can eat with my fingers.
He's feral. I'm still not sure where I'm looking. Hi.
So I was spreading cheese on my steak, and she was having
a
fit over it.
But it's on a leather thing.
Yes, I have a leather desk pad. It's very nice. I wasn't cutting through it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's just because you guys are here. Normally, he just cut right through.
I'm not sharing my cheese with you after that.
There's not a cheese shortage. Just so you know. Oh, speaking of cheese. Amazing goat cheese. Just saying, if you haven't invested, haven't tried it out, try it out. The fact that you don't like it is because you're broken.
I like goat cheese, and I don't like that stuff.
It's because you're broken. Anyways, find some goat cheese. Check it out.
No, you can't just say feta. It's common as heck.
Like soft. Okay, what I was eating was raw goat cheese, which is like soft and...
Goat testicles, what it tastes like. Ow!
Do you have a lot of experience with that?
Ow! I bit my lip.
Oh, it's what we call in our family. Karma went and got and found him. Anyways, it was super yummy and delicious. It was like honey herb raw goat cheese, which is like a spread, kind of like that cheese.
Ball from Earth points out that all LED TVs have a bulb life of 5 to 7 years. He says the Walmart On TVs are good. We do. We have a small one of those, I think. They're decent. They're about the same as the TCLs. Probably about the same as the Fire TVs. She has no idea. I buy the TVs. She buys the clothing.
And most of the food.
Most of the food. The good food, I buy.
I was going to say snoot bag food he buys.
When it comes to who's going to go out and buy the whole,
Okay, I will say, you and, I buy the other stuff, meat. That is just not, I didn't grow up eating a lot of red meat, so I still look at it and I'm like, well, that's red meat, and that's red meat. The other day, I made a complete idiot of myself talking to the butcher. He thought that I was severely challenged. So, it's embarrassing when I have conversations with the people in the meat department, because I'm like, pretend like I landed here from another planet. And explain it to me slowly.
Let's see. What do you say? Protocrastus says, I've got... Where'd it go? Seriously. I've got 2 of the Wise cams and 2 of the Eufy. I could send back the Wise as I would as... If I could send back the Wise, I would, as they are very buggy, poor picture, and poor sound in comparison to the Eufy. They are not as good as the Eufy cameras. They're just not. I thought as far as reliability, they were as good, if not easier to set up. But the Eufy is just a far better picture. Is that a mic or is it a hostage situation? That's the microphone. Griffin found my good mics. So hopefully next week we'll be on the good microphones. Although no one's really been complaining about this microphone. Doctor Practices, my doctor said I need to burn some fat, so I grilled a steak. There you go. He's here all week, folks.
Don't forget to tip your bartenders and tattoo artists.
Yes. Have I done any videos about ultrasonic cleaners? I haven't, but I've got one. It's right there. And it's not the one from Harbor Freight. It's from Amazon. But I'd say it's nearly identical to the one from Harbor Freight. I liked it because I think it is at least from when I bought it, I don't know where it is at this point. It had the metal carriage that goes down in it rather than the plastic one. And I use it for stuff I can't show on YouTube. Oh, hand me that box. I can reach it. I can reach it. Latest project. Can't show the back or front. I can show you the back. Yeah. Polymer 80 sucks. This thing is, so for the G lock folks out there, they're like the iPhone of the personal carry short distance paper hole punchers, and I've never been a fan. They work great, but when they first came out, they were the only ones that were like deadly reliable and just always worked and were great. Everyone else is caught up at that point. There's a ton of great ones out there. But if you want all the cool mods, all the fun stuff, you got to go with them. And they do make the best mags, I still think. But I hate them. It's like carrying a brick. The handle on it is it's like squared. It is so uncomfortable. P80 come out. I'm like, oh, well, that'll be better. I'll try that. Try the P80. It's not better. I've tried a lot of the other clones. They're not better. Tried this one. This is better. Absolutely love it. What are you doing?
I need a power cord. I need power.
Oh, she's going to steal my power cord.
That's right. It's not called stealing. We're married. How many times have I to tell you this? And before
we have a prenup. It's mine.
We have a prenup.
Prenup.
That's news to me.
Yeah, my prenup says you get all of my debt.
Carter.
I don't think it's going to reach you, dear.
Okay. We'll make it work.
You can get one of the batteries over there and plug the thing in and do that kind of thing if you want. No, it goes to the left, not the right.
Carter Bourne has been a member for 2 months and
Woo!
says, love you guys so much.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
We super appreciate
being a supporter of the channel.
I did also see that you had another couple of comments about how you hadn't seen us in a little bit. We sort of took a little bit of family time.
We had Duncan in town.
Yeah.
And we were only getting him for 3 weeks. And it's really hard on me. So I wanted to spend every moment we could doing family stuff. Yep. Let's see here. That driver looks similar to the one that has it advent counter lap here. Evolved from Earth, just like YouTube has blocked my 11 channel from watching your channel. Why would it do that?
Remember that you used to have that other channel.
Yeah. He also says, "Hey Girl has a good channel for smoking meat. Good stuff." Ooh, okay. I'll check that out. Albert Zaria says, "When is your 12 volt ABC ranking coming?" I know. I owe you guys that one. I will, you know what? I will add it to my list.
I'm looking up Hey Girl, Hey before I forget. Because that happens.
Yeah.
That's real life.
Lists and such have to happen. Otherwise, I will forget everything. To the videos. And let me use the... And I'll add it. That's 12 volt. Tool rankings. There we go. Let me say, if there's any other videos you want me to do, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll add them to my to-do list. Right now, I've got 12 volt tool rankings coming up. We're going to do a update on best air compressors to buy. I'm also going to be doing a talk of who killed the small toolboxes. And by small toolboxes, I'm talking about the Craftsman here next to me. They're disappearing. They're not. You used to be able to get them everywhere and get them cheap, and now there's only a handful out there, if that, and they're not cheap. The Who is Timu? We're working on that one. I got another one. I'm kind of doing an overview on hitches. And I should say actually receivers. Well, not receiver, ball hitches. Anyway. Best lawnmower. I think we did that one. We're going to ratings for, I'm going to do a how-to ratings on extension cords. And let's see here also. How to use a recip saw. That one's because I see a lot of people using them wrong and wondering why they're not good, and they get frustrated with it. Not videos. I see people in person using them, and there's some rules you need to follow, and then there's sometimes you need to break those rules, and you need to know when is what for which one. Let's see here. By the way, I did buy a Hercules multi-tool. It works great so far. Only thing is it vibrates a bit more than the original Dremel brand multi-tool. It does vibrate a bit, but it's a good size tool you can get your hands on. Doesn't seem to be, doesn't seem to get too hot. I had some fine multi-tools I used, and they would get so hot they were unusable. YouTube. Was there always 3? I thought it was 2. Anyway, it says, we got Dad a Blink outdoor camera for Christmas, and guess where it is? Still in the box with the shrink wrap on it.
That's me, 127%. He buys something for me, and it takes me like a year to open it. And then one day he comes home from filming, and I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And then he's like, didn't I give that to you last Christmas? And I'm like, but I opened it today.
Yeah. For Crest says, yep, got the email. I've been forgetting to get it in the mail. No, that's totally, dude. Don't worry about it, man. We are the worst about shipping. We are the worst about shipping stuff out. It's terrible.
We're married, so we are terrible.
Enjoy Vegas. It's cooler there than in Texas and drier. Have you ever tried raw lamb liver? No. I can honestly say that I have never and will never try raw lamb liver.
But you know what? Evolved from Earth, we are always open to people talking to us again about food or whatever. So if there's something amazing that we should know about it, feel free to email me.
Andrew says, actually, Martin said first, are you ever going to get your paws on the cat OPE tools for review? That's a good question. They said they were going to send me stuff, and then they never did. I've got another brand, though, in-house that I'm a little bit more excited about, and that's Senix. I need to cover some of the Senix stuff, but I'll reach out to Kat again. Andrew says, I have a Sony Bravia from 2009 that just won't die. I had an LG from about the same time. I think it weighed a ton. EDC says, isn't all goat cheese raw?
That's Edsy.
Edsy. Oh, Edsy.
All goat cheese is not raw. They pasteurize the goat milk before they make most cheeses. So... But that is a good question.
Scorpion says, gotta get going. Looking forward to the Prime Days show. Love you guys. Cheers. Or something like that. What is it? Live show cheers. I can read. I can. Walter says, thanks for Harbor Freight bandsaw stand video. That thing is awesome. I love that. I think I honestly will buy a second bandsaw just so I can leave that one chucked up in that system and then just have the other one for other uses. I'll probably wait till they come out with the cordless Hercules and just get that. James Carroll says, have you seen any of the Barrett Jackson auctions in Vegas this weekend? Unbelievable deals, except for the very rare and exotic. I haven't seen them recently. I have been.
Didn't you go with Duncan one year?
I was just saying.
Crack Rocks?
Just saying. Okay. Over here talking. I'm talking here, lady.
I'm helping you talk. You need help, obviously.
I do. Yes, I have been to Barrett Jackson in Vegas, and it is awesome. It's Candyland for somebody like me. I love it. But I've not been recently. We just bought her a new car. Not new car to us. She got, get this, at this point, this is how brand agnostic I am. So my daily driver, well, it was, and this is why we bought it, because my daily driver up till now is the Ram at 3500. Love it, but you can't daily drive, or you shouldn't daily drive a big diesel like that in a small town where you're only going maybe a mile at a time. It's too hard. The start, stop, not bringing it up to operating temperature, too hard on the diesel and all its components. So we had a Suburban, 99 Suburban. That's a Chevy. So now we're 2 of the big 3. And then we just bought her a Ford Expedition XL, or actually I think yours was originally from Canada, so it's called the Max. Mm-hmm. It's basically Expedition the length of a Suburban. And so now we have Ford, a Chrysler, and a Chevy product. Wait, 99, a 2009, and a 2014.
2009. Oh, right.
Yours.
Okay. I don't know. I can't keep track. It's like our kids. Don't ask me their birthdays. It takes me a
So
minute
that's
to
now
figure
her
out.
daily driver. I'm taking her Suburban, and then the Ram will just be for moving stuff and long haul kind of stuff and whatnot. So, and hunting season. So anyway, that's that. Let's see here. Where else we go? Oh, we're down the bottom. Ed C says, I used to do the list thing, didn't work. I kept forgetting to read it. I do forget. I'll go back and forth. I'll have times where I'm really good at it, then I'll have times where I'm not. Walter says, why are 2x72 belt grinders, Sanders grinders for knives so expensive compared? That is a really good question. They are ridiculously expensive, aren't they? I don't know if you saw my video I did on belt grinder slash bench grinder slash belt sander grinder. And then those are reasonably priced. It's got to be the motor that's really driving it. And I don't know. Maybe it also could be a case of they don't sell a ton of them, and they have to. There's a lot of parts to them. A lot of they have to, I guess, hand make a lot of the parts, or let them hand make them. But somebody has to go in there and weld them and stuff. And there's a lot of fiddliness to them. And if you're not mass producing them, they can't get that economy of scale like they can with the next one we're doing, which is, I don't know if you can see in the video, we're doing the 1-inch belt sanders. That's going to be the next video we're covering, which is a great beginner knife one, probably not what you're looking for if you're doing the 2x72s. All right. $300,000 rotisserie restoration selling for $125. Ooh, that's insane. Somebody's losing some money on that thing. And Furrow Craftsman says, I will send my super simple rub method. FYI, I do often bring a frozen rack of smoked ribs as a gift. When I visit people, my first gen M12 screwdriver lost in a fall from a ladder. Moment of silence for his fallen screwdriver.
If I look like I'm feverishly fighting something invisible, there's all these cottonwood things floating around.
Yeah, they are.
So I just look like a crazy person. I swear there's something there.
And YouTube Cubed, as we're calling, I got to go. I'm renting AEW Forbidden Door in Toronto, Canada, which doesn't even end until 12. I have no idea what that means, and I'm kind of afraid to ask. Anyway, we got to go to. We've been going here about an hour, and we've got children we got to go and deal with.
Yes, I have several. Yeah, at least one of them.
At least one of them. Anyway, we're going to be back every Sunday. We're going to be, check out our other, if you like the cooking, maybe some of the Pew Pew Sports, some of the other stuff we do, check us out on TikTok and Instagram until they ban TikTok officially here in Montana. Screw that. We'll still be doing it. And we got a lot more cool stuff coming. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.